Forgotten Sunrise, Chapter 1, Brave New Equestrian World. Sunset looked up at the Earth Pony mare as she offered a hoof towards her.
Sunset Shimmer, I have a feeling that there is so much that we could learn from each other,
she said, smiling softly down at her. Wiping her eyes again, Sunset took a breath before accepting Sunny Star Scout's outstretched hoof and pulled herself up to her hooves.
I certainly hope so,
the unicorn replied. Sunny turned and walked out of the open cell, and Sunset followed her out into the corridor, up to Queen Haven.
I'm sorry for any problems I may have caused, Your Majesty.
The regal Pegasus gave an understanding nod.
Considering your circumstances, I'd say no harm done. I'm glad no pony was hurt. You're welcome back to visit Zephyr Heights anytime, and I hope you and Sunny can help each other get some answers,
Haven replied, before turning to the light pink and white Pegasi over by Sunny.
I assume you two are headed back to Maritime Bay with the rest of your friends? Well, it wouldn't really be fair to expect them to unload the hundreds and hundreds of books that we gathered up,
the white one replied. Her mane was a brilliant hot pink with aqua and pink streaks, and most curiously, her wings were multicolored as well. The Pegasus standing at her side was just as much of a curiosity. Her wings were unlike any Sunset had seen before. The feathers white, large, and fluffy.
Don't worry, Mom, we'll keep in touch. I've got to put together my next episode anyhow,
the pink one told them.
So, princesses, I'm guessing?
Sunset asked. Sunny nodded.
Sunset, may I introduce two of my friends, Zipstorm and Pip Petals, princesses of Zephyr Heights.
Pip's smile widened while Zip seemed to grimace just a bit at hearing princess.
So, shall we? Hitch, Izzy, and Sprout are probably wondering what's happening,
Zip told her.
Probably a good idea. Come on, Sunset, we've got another half-day's drive ahead of us,
Sunny said. The four of them began to make their way upstairs, with Zip walking next to Sunny and Pip keeping pace with their new unicorn friend. Now that she wasn't running from an unfamiliar authority, Sunset now took the time to take in the changes that had happened to Equestria's capital city. They got on the elevator and began to descend. Sunset saw how many screens and billboards were on the sides of buildings now, having to double check that she was standing on hooves to be absolutely sure that she was in Equestria. She heard electronic beeps and glanced over to see the pink Pegasus poking away at a small hoof-held device. The Pegasus noticed the attention she was receiving from their new visitor.
Oh, never seen one of these before? It's a smartphone. It's, kinda like this. Oh, I've had a phone for years. I've just never seen one in Equestria. That was one of the many things I left behind when I crossed back over. Who's to say it would even work over here?
Sunset replied. The unicorn noticed Pip's ears twitch, and her eyes and smile widened as she got an idea.
Quick stop downtown when we get down there, girls,
she told the others.
5 bits it isn't quick,
Zip muttered, over to Sunny.
So, Equestria has a queen now?
Sunset asked, looking over to Pip.
Well, not all of Equestria, just Zephyr Heights. Why? It didn't used to?
Pip asked.
Nope, it was always just princesses. Come to think of it, the only queen they encountered was evil,
Sunset replied.
That was Queen Chrysalis, right?
Sunny asked, glancing back to the unicorn.
Yeah, you've clearly done your homework.
The elevator touched down and they headed straight to the downtown shopping centers. Sunset was feeling odd for the moment. These downtown streets did nothing but remind her of downtown Everfree. So on one hoof, it was a familiar feeling and helped her feel at home. But on the other hoof, it was far and away from the old-timey atmosphere that she had enjoyed about Canterlot. Plus, in 45 seconds of walking, she has seen a total of 3 other unicorns who looks like they were just visiting tourists.
And here we are. We'll wait just a moment, girls. Come on, Sunset,
Pip said as they came up to a storefront.
Z Mobile?
Sunset asked, reading the signage above the glass doors.
Most popular cellular service provider in Zephyr Heights. I've been using them for years,
Pip explained as the pair of ponies went into the store. Inside were a half-dozen display stands spread out through the room, along with more cases that ringed the outer walls. Sunset immediately heard the excited murmurs from the customers who were already in the stores. She was clearly recognized by all of them as she gave friendly waves.
Ah, Princess Pip! Such an unexpected pleasure!
A manager said, as he came in from the back office to check on things.
What can we do for you, Your Highness?
He asked, giving a short bow.
We're in a little bit of a hurry, but I'd like to get my friend Sunset here set up with the phone. Please add the line to my existing plan.
Pip said. Sunset's eyes widened when she realized what the Pegasus was doing.
Pip, you don't need to do that. Oh, nonsense, Sunset. I can tell you're in an unfamiliar, stressful situation. I'm sure you're as eager as Sunny to learn about what has happened between your era and ours. And while you do that, there's no better way to get familiar with our era than with a smartphone. Besides, if you're already familiar with one, I can't imagine a better way to spend the ride down to Maritime Bay. Well, alright.
The unicorn conceded.
I promise I'll find a way to pay you back. Alright, Miss, Sunset was it? Right this way, and we can find you the best fit for your case.
The manager guided the unicorn and princess over a display case, and asked for Sunset's hoof. Every case had an indentation for pony hooves, answering Sunset's fleeting question of how Pip was holding her phone on the elevator ride over here.
Alright, how does that one feel?
He asked.
Pretty good,
Sunset replied. She was honestly planning on doing most of the scrolling with her magic anyway. Once she had decided on a holder, the manager guided around a phone.
Alright, this is our flagship model. 20-hour battery life, great for power users.
The manager explained, as he gave the phone over to Sunset as he straightened a small stack of paperwork before putting it in a folder.
Here's your instruction manual, charging cable, and assorted paperwork. Your phone number is right here at the top. If you have any trouble, feel free to come back in at any time.
He finished.
Thank you, sir.
Sunset replied.
And thank you, Pip. I'll pay you back for this, I promise.
Pip merely waved her promise away.
Nonsense. That's what friends are for. Even new friends. And if you're experienced with it from wherever you came from, maybe we can give each other some tips. But let's get going. It's going to be late as is by the time we get back to Maritime Bay.
The realization suddenly hit the unicorn as she felt Ray take a few steps on her back.
Oh, any chance we could swing back by Twilight's Castle to pick up my stuff? I did kind of run off in a hurry.
Sunset's gonna be hit with a lot of nostalgia. Hopefully not enough to make her break down and cry, but maybe just enough to get her a little bit more down in the dumps than she already is. But anyways, let's get on to our positive donators. Top donators are 630, Jake Tinman, Only One Thing, Ceru, Orion, and IronSky. Darkside, Rayden, Narwhals, Blackmoonheart, Pastel Skies, Austin Rolan, Stu Hex, for Brethren, Mordred, Omicron, Lyrae, Will, Chris, Twinkie, Ridesell, Battleswaffle, Shadow Moon, Luigi88, and many more awesome people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.